Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video. I'm Anton, and of course today we're going to be taking a look at my buying guide for 2018. Before we get started, make sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the bell to be notified for future videos coming at you every week. Anyway, let's get started. So first, we're going to cover the most popular Nintendo system, the Nintendo Switch. This is the current Nintendo console. There are two main variants of the console, the only difference being the colored Joy-Con. There are special editions of the system as well, but I won't cover them here. Of course, they're limited, and there's a whole bunch of different ones. Usually they come with a game and accessory. They look quite different, but we're just going to cover the main two Nintendo Switches for this video. Although it might be past your budget, I also recommend buying a second pair of Joy-Cons so that 4 people can join in on the fun, and you can mix and match the Joy-Cons to get your preferred look. The console comes with a tablet, 2 Joy-Cons, 2 Joy-Con straps, an HDMI cable, a dock, the Joy-Con grip, and the power adapter to hook up, of course, the Switch. The games are all cartridge-based, so I recommend that you put all the cartridges in a plastic bag or keep them somewhere safe. So now let's take a look at the games. There's some classics like Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is a lot of fun, has a lot of play hours, and you can play with friends, which is really cool. There's classics like Super Mario Odyssey, it's pretty cool as well. Big open world Super Mario game, it's really a lot of fun. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is pretty much the best Zelda game I've ever played. And of course we have games like Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle. And of course, how can we forget about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? This is the ultimate game in this series, and one of the best games of 2018, and a definite must-have for Switch owners. So now for the interface. As you can see, it's very clean and looks really nice. You can go on the eShop, which you can buy the games digitally if you don't want to have cartridges lying around. I personally like them looking nice on my shelf, so that's why I buy all my games physically. But you can also get applications that are free, like Fortnite, YouTube, and you can also get Pokemon Quest. I did a review on that. Make sure to check it out. And there's also a Nintendo Online service, which you have to pay if you buy Splatoon. You have to pay $25 a year, and of course you can play the game. There's also like the Nintendo Entertainment System that you get with it, and yeah, so definitely look into that, because you don't want to buy Splatoon 2 and have to pay another $25 just to play the game. If your kid loves to build, Nintendo Labo is the kit for you. These accessories are very cool to build, and they come in different shapes and sizes, and they are fully functional using the Switch's insane capabilities. Of course, here we have a piano, and it's fully functional, it makes sounds, and it's very cool. I had a lot of fun building these, and they're definitely cool in my collection as well, as Nintendo makes some insane things. There's different kits as well, so I recommend getting the variety kit, but there's also the bike and motor kit thing, so there's a lot of different kits to buy. Some other accessories include the GameCube adapter, to obviously hook up your GameCube controllers to the Nintendo Switch. These are pretty crucial if you want to play a lot of games like Smash Brothers, and they work fine with other games as well. I also recommend maybe getting a Wavebird, because those are pretty cool as well. A screen protector and cloth are very crucial elements as well. And if you like to travel, of course a case is very needed. Although this isn't a Switch accessory, the Omoton stand is very cool to pop up your Nintendo Switch, and I absolutely love doing this, as I can charge it at the same time, and I can have an adjusting angle. This is pretty cool, because I like to play my games like this on my desk, on my counter, and it's pretty nice. Also, I recommend getting the steering wheel as well if you want to have some Mario Kart fun. And amiibos are fun collectible items that, although don't do much for games, but they are really cool collectible figures. If you're on a budget, I recommend the Nintendo 3DS and 2DS systems. They're pretty much different in range, just the prices vary on the different systems. The 3DS includes a 3D stereoscopic screen, so it can look pretty cool. There's a nice looking interface that is fairly simple. You have a Nintendo eShop, which is nice, so you can, of course, buy a card and download games. There's YouTube, Netflix, Flipnote Studio 3D, and a lot of other applications. There's the internet browser as well. There's a lot of stuff to do on this system, definitely. Although it might not be as powerful as a Nintendo Switch, and graphically impressive, it's still a fun system nonetheless. Some great games include Tomodachi Life, you have Super Mario Bros. 2, Mario Maker, there's Pokemon, Zelda, Super Mario 3D World. The graphics honestly look great, and I really like the way they look. Sometimes you can notice that they're a little bit pixely and, yeah, low resolution. But yeah, the games are fun, although they can be a little bit easier, as you'll notice that the system is more dedicated to a younger audience, as, of course, you know, the Nintendo Switch is maybe more dedicated for an older audience. But a lot of the games are great, such as Kirby is another fun one as well. Yeah, some of the games can be a little easier, especially if they're more dedicated to a younger audience. But I'd say if you want to get your kid into video games or introduce them, this is definitely a great way to do it with the Nintendo 2DS. It's cheaper and it doesn't have a hinge, it doesn't have a clamshell design, so that might be the more easier way to go if you don't want them to break it or anything like that and want to spend a little less money. Super Smash Bros. Is also fun, and if you have a friend that has a 3DS, you can play lots of fun games, and there's definitely a lot of enjoyable games on this system. And yeah, they have great content. That's another great game as well. Of course, as it's a 3DS, you can also play your DS collection, and they do look very good. Some of the buttons can be a little awkward, because of course these games are made for the DS, but they do work really well. If you really want to put a lot of games on your DS, you can get an R4 card, and you can put emulators and stuff like that, and instead of buying games from the Virtual Console, you can use this instead, as of course I have my whole NES collection library, and also you can play Super Nintendo, which is pretty cool. A lot of cool emulators. Make sure to go watch my R4 video as well, where I cover a lot of the emulators and stuff where you guys can download them. And yeah, these are definitely a great way to add more games to the system, and yeah, they're definitely really fun. The graphics are a little squeezed just because the resolution of the NES is different than the DS, because you can also play these games on the DS as well. And of course, there is two models of the 3DS I forgot to talk about, and there's the XL and the smaller one. It depends which one you want to buy, honestly. Then there's the new versions, the new Nintendo 3DS XL and the new Nintendo 3DS, and then of course you also have the Nintendo 2DS XL and the regular 2DS. So you kind of have to more think about what system you want to buy, but I recommend going for either the 2DS XL, the 2DS, or the new Nintendo 3DS XL, as they're probably the best systems to me. But if you're going to buy an old 3DS as well, there's not much difference between the new ones, just faster processors. So honestly, if you really want to spend not a lot of money on the system, because a new one can set you back a lot, so I would buy maybe the older one, as it does the same exact things. Of course, we're going to look at other systems, and you probably know someone that has a Wii, and most of the time you just give them shovelware. So I recommend that you actually give them good games, such as Skyward Sword, which is a great one, Super Paper Mario, fantastic game. You have Kirby's Epic Yarn, Super Mario Galaxy 2, and Super Mario Galaxy. These are fantastic games, and of course people give me shovelware, so yeah. You also, if you have the GameCube ports as well, you can get GameCube games, and some of the great ones include Paper Mario the Thousand Year Door, Mario Kart Double Dash, Luigi's Mansion, Super Smash Bros. Melee, and Super Mario Sunshine. You'll also need a memory card and GameCube controllers as well. If you want to buy a classic system, I recommend buying the Nintendo Entertainment System or Super Nintendo. Of course, these are great, nostalgic little boxes, and they have a great interface and a lot of great games. They're honestly fantastic and way better than the PlayStation Classic in my opinion, and I'm not biased at all. And of course, you can have them as collector's items, or you can just have them to play with HDMI output as they look great in HD. There's also a lot of cool borders and stuff like that, and you can hack them to put amazing other games that you want to play as well. Of course, if you watched my NES Classic review video, you'll know that the controller cords are very small, so I recommend buying an extender as they're really, really helpful. Anyway guys, that brings us to the end of the video of talking of the buying guide for 2018. Of course, more games are going to be coming in 2019, and I'm truly excited for that, but these are of course some of the best picks. Smash Bros as well, I'm so excited to get that very soon. I'm really waiting by the second. And of course, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. As for me, I recommend the Nintendo 2DS and 3DS systems for younger audiences because of the less complicated factors in the online system. There's nothing like that. They're a lot harder systems and don't have a lot of parts, as the Nintendo Switch has lots of parts. Of course, I didn't talk about older systems as well, just because the games are a little harder to find these days. I talked about Wii and GameCube just because I think they're a bit more common games to get a hold of. But yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new for future videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye!